Alright y'all, welcome back to the channel and to some more turkey patterning. And I've got a new shell out here today that we haven't tried any of yet. And it's definitely a pretty interesting variant of it too. So I'm pretty excited to see what it can actually do for us here. So for the load I've got out here today, I've got some of these, the Hevi-Metal Turkey loads. These are a 12 gauge, 3.5 inch, 1.5 ounces of number 4 shot, going 1450, so they say. And this is not lead or TSS or anything like that. It is the non-toxic high-density bismuth pellets in this shell here. So definitely something pretty interesting. Now, I admittedly do not have any experience with the Hevi-Shot bismuth pellets or anything like that across the board. So I'm really interested to see what these can actually do. Now, these shells themselves look pretty interesting. So let me pull one of these out of the box and show it to you. And here's what one of those shells looks like. It looks like a little miniature bar of gold or something. It's really interesting. Color of it's probably not coming through all that well on camera here. But when I opened that box, I thought I just had a couple rolls of gold leaf or something in there. It's really interesting looking. Definitely a pretty striking looking shell anyway. But even though it looks like gold, doesn't mean that it performs like gold. So we're going to put it to the test and we're going to see what happens. And as for the setup today, since it's a 3.5 inch shell, I obviously had to bring out my Mossberg 835 Ulti-Mag here. However, to start out with testing these loads, I threw in this choke, which is the stock turkey full choke. It's a 710 constriction, but it has shown some really good turkey patterns in the past. So I figured to get a baseline, we'll start with the stock turkey choke for the gun, and then we'll throw in a couple different chokes as we test this load and see what it can actually do through some other chokes as well. And as for the test, it's going to be the same as usual. I have the turkey target downrange at 40 yards. I also have the chronograph, so we'll see if these shells are actually moving that 1450 feet per second. Because for a turkey load, that's going to be moving pretty quick. So let's get you guys set up with a view of this target. I'll head up and take the shot. We'll look at our chrono number and then we'll go see how they did, just like usual. So let's head over here and shoot them and see what some bismuth turkey loads might be able to give us here. Alright, so as you can see here, that shell gave us 1197 through the chrono. That is not even anywhere close to what the box was claiming. The box was saying 1450. Now I didn't expect to quite see that, but with the little bit less dense, lighter weight bismuth pellets, I expected it to be a little bit faster than a normal turkey load, but that wasn't really the case this time. But either way, even though we had lower velocity, let's go down range and see how it actually performed. Alright, so now we're down range here at our 40-yard target, and this is what we got. Now, before anything here, we do have a dead turkey. There is one that clipped the brain and 1.5 kind of more that clipped the spine there. So he is a dead bird. However, looking at the rest of that pattern there, I am less than impressed to say the least. I mean, you kind of had a core area right down in the feathers of that turkey down there, but compared to the rest of the pattern, I mean, it's just not all that impressive, I gotta say. I was definitely hoping for a little bit better on this one, but that doesn't mean if we don't try it through a different choke, if it'll get better or worse or not. So we'll just have to try it and see. But as for this test here, not impressive so far, I gotta say. So I don't think the golden shell gave us a golden performance. That's for sure. Would it have gotten the job done? Yes, but definitely not anything amazing here. Okay, and here's the wad out of that shell, and it's definitely a big 3.5 inch wad, but there's nothing really special to note about it. There's obviously nothing stuck down in there. There's really no rips or tears. I mean, you might have a tiny pinhole every so often, just like right here, but nothing that I would be concerned with at all. It seemed to open up pretty decently here, so nothing that I'd be too concerned about. So when it comes to this wad, definitely don't think there's anything special to take a look at on this one. Alright y'all, well, what did you think about that performance there? Definitely not a golden performance for a golden shell, I don't think, on this one. I was hoping for a little bit better, but who knows, it may be a little bit of a better performing shell through a tighter choke or something like that. We'll just have to test it and see. I mean, it would have gotten the job done for you, but definitely not a load that I would take out the way it sits right here today. But what do you guys think about it? And have you tested these loads or have any experience with loads like this, the bismuth turkey loads and stuff? And if you do, let me know your experiences with them and what kind of patterns you get. Leave all your thoughts down in the comments and let me know your opinions about it all. But either way, I've got another couple tests to run out here today for you guys, so I'm going to jump right back to it. We've got plenty more good stuff coming, so stay tuned. We do also have an Instagram now as well that I'll leave in the description if you would like to go over there. We do post some updates and a few sneak peeks of things every so often over there, but I'm going to hop back to getting all the testing done, so I'll see y'all in the next one.